There comes a time when we all must discover that we need living water. When Jesus had an encounter with the Samaritan woman, she was thirsty and she didn't even know it. And he offered her a drink of water so that she would never thirst again. The Samaritan woman knew he didn't associate himself with Samaritan people. And there he was, however, wanting a drink of water. She did not understand that she was in the presence of God. And he was the one that was able to give her a drink that would become everlasting water to her soul. The woman understood one thing, that this man that she was talking to was not an average man. He had an inside understanding of what she needed, even though she didn't understand what she needed. Jesus said, "You came to get a drink of water. That's great. But I want to give you something that's greater than that. I want to give you a spring of water that will spring up into eternal life." Now the woman said, "Sir, give me this water so I won't thirst anymore." Jesus said, "Go, call your husband and come back." She said, "I have no husband." Jesus said to her, "You're right. You don't have a husband. In fact, you've had five, and the one you're now living with is not your husband." And she said, "Oh, I can see that you're a prophet. You know, our ancestors worshiped on this mountain, and the Jews claimed that this was the place that we must worship, right here in Jerusalem." Jesus replied to her, "Young woman, believe me, the time is coming that you will worship the Father in spirit and in truth." So she got a revelation of who Christ was. The time had come for true worshipers everywhere to worship the Father in spirit and in truth. Those are the worshipers that God seeks after. God is a spirit, and his worshipers must worship him the same way. This woman got a revelation of who Christ was. We must all come to the point where we find out who he really is. And it has to be a personal realization. She had a divine encounter with Christ at the well, and it changed her life. Stay tuned for more to come. You're at the Oasis Well, where the water is cool and refreshing for your soul.